Hey, how y'all doing? This is another episode of the It Factor. My name's Jeremy. I'm the host of the It Factor. And today we have Jiquetta Jones. Hey, Jiquetta, tell them about yourself.
Hi, y'all. I'm Jiquetta. I'm from Georgia. I went to Peach County High School with Jeremy. It's really a funny story. He used to call me like soft hands because whenever he shook my hand, he'd be like, "Oh my gosh, your hands are so soft." So that's a nickname he had for me. Born and raised in Peach County. Then went on to college and majored in environmental engineering. So currently I'm working for Northrop Grumman, which is like an aerospace defense contractor for the government.
Amazing. So basically, you a big dog. You went from being soft hands to a big dog.
Soft hands to a big dog.
But nah, man. So what made you want to major in the engineering field?
So Fort Valley State has this program called CDEP.
Right.
It was founded by Dr. Isaac J. Crumpley. So basically what it does is exposes middle school, high schoolers to engineering, studying geology, dealing with rocks and water. So basically I was in this program from 9th to 12th grade. Actually, Abba was in there too, Abba Rashidi.
Yeah, I remember.
We were in there together. So basically every summer between 9th and 12th grade, we would go and venture out to different colleges, Penn State, Arkansas, UNLV in Vegas. And basically what they did was expose us to these engineering fields. And so they wanted more minorities to get exposed to it because, I mean, we're kind of far and few in the fields. And also women as well.
Right.
So basically the program helped us like understand how we can become like, someone in this field as Black people and help us see the future and not just like, small Peach County, if that makes sense. So basically when we went to these colleges, we like learned all this information. Like we learned about rocks. I hate learning about rocks, but I think it was so interesting to like expose young kids to that because like where else would we have got that exposure from? And so basically we also toured BP and Shell in Texas our senior year. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I want to do petroleum engineering. Like they were talking about how they go on these oil rigs for like 6 months on, like 6 months off. And like they just were drilling, in the ocean floor for oil. And I thought it was like so cool. I was like, I want to do this. They were like, yeah, you just got to major in, petroleum engineering. So, before I graduated, I was looking to colleges. So Georgia doesn't have petroleum engineering in any of their colleges. So
Right.
I would have to go out of state. So I was looking into Auburn, but my parents were like, oh, that out of state tuition was crazy. So they were like, so I had like a mentor at the time and he was like, well, if you major in civil engineering, you can also do petroleum. So civil is basically like, our bridges, construction, road, and they also tend to move over to petroleum because it's so broad. So I was like, okay, cool. So then I changed my path to looking into colleges in Georgia that had civil engineering. So at the time that was Southern Polytechnic, which is now Kennesaw State. And then Valdosta had like a 2-3 program where you go like 2 years and then you go to another school for 3. I think it was like Georgia Tech for 3. And then also too, like I think I doubted myself. I didn't think I was smart enough to get into Georgia Tech, so I didn't apply. Just to be honest,
we on the same road right there. I'm gonna tell you, I got something to tell you too, man. That kind of happened to me too. That same thing happened to me.
Yeah, and I think I regret that sometimes because I feel like I could have did it, but I was at the time. It's just. I'm not going to blame my high school, but I don't feel like I was ready to go to a school like Georgia Tech anyways.
I don't think
So I was like, I'm not going to do it. My parents were like, you should apply. I just never did. UGA, where my younger brother went, their engineering program wasn't accredited yet. And I don't recommend going to a college where their programs aren't accredited because a lot of companies are like, what's the point, It's just a waste of money to me. So then it was between Southern Polytechnic and Valdosta. And I remember touring Valdosta with my parents. And the first thing the girl was like, oh, yeah, we have a lot of parties down here, like drink bars. And my dad was like, no. He was like, no, you're not going here. So then I toured Southern Polytechnic. And at the time, it was like a small school, but it's like a well-known engineering school in Marietta area. And like my parents fell in love with it. I liked it. I met so many good friends there. And then after my freshman year, Kennesaw merged with Southern Polytechnic. So that's when we became Kennesaw State. So that's a little of my background.
That's amazing, man, because like I didn't even know you was going through that, because I know I went to CAU and I was in the 2-year program where you can go to any of those colleges like Georgia Tech, Auburn.
Yeah.
And it came down to go to Auburn. I decided like I didn't apply to Georgia Tech, even though it's down the street from Clark. I was like, nah, can't do it. I done visited the campus. I done studied over there. It ain't for me. Auburn, I had friends that was there, but I still was like, let me go try something new. So I took my butt up north, man, to Northeastern. And that was hard, but it was an experience still. And I mean, I'm here today, so I'm thankful for that. But I do think coming out of high school and me trying to go to Georgia Tech, today, if I had to go take a class, I go to LSU now for my MBA. But like to think that I went to high school in Peach County to graduate and go to Northeastern, now LSU is like, hey, you a smart guy. That's just like with you. If you go to Georgia Tech now, you can blow it out of water, I promise you. But I don't feel like I don't feel like we had that in high school. I'm just being honest with you. I think I took one engineering class with you in high school, and it wasn't the best thing. No. Nowhere near what I learned at Clark. I'm just being honest.
I don't think our school prepared us enough. Just being honest, like my math class, it was really rigorous, but like, I was not prepared to go to Georgia Tech at the time.
Yeah, and believe it or not, a lot of people be just like that because once they leave our program, even at Clark, they still not prepared. And
really?
Most graduate though, don't get me wrong, because you either can get your science degree or your engineering degree, but most of the time, it's a big time retention rate because a lot of kids are like, well, I just stay here. I'm gonna transfer back to Clark, get my degree, man. I ain't got time to be with you guys. Y'all doing too much. And I understand because it adds on years.
It does, and no one wants to.
Stuff adds up.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So moving on, that's a good thing to start on, though. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's honest. I really wanted to go to Georgia Tech, but I didn't think I had it in me. I wasn't ready. Cause like when you see Georgia Tech or when you hear about Georgia Tech, like you see all these smart, like these people are geniuses that go to Georgia Tech, and like
I was like, I wasn't there yet.
Yeah, and then you hear about the lecture sizes of like hundreds of students in the class.
That's what I seen when I went to Northeastern, man.
Yeah.
But that jump was scary, and it's not even the fact that like that I was black. It's the fact that like, am I really gonna pass these classes? My main thing got the way up here to fail, bro. Like, I can't do this. But me being the grown man I am now, I'm thankful for the experience because it kind of helps me in corporate America to know, okay, I can work with anybody.
Now after you go to college, but I wish we had a better situation, I guess. I feel like it would have been better if the school kind of helped us.
We got to make sure the kids at our high school see this, man. So
but at the end of the day, we're still doing good. We still do good.
Yeah, of course. We straight. I ain't worried about it. It's just one of them things that, like you said, I'm always going to look back like, yeah, dog, we weren't going to Tech straight off.
I just don't see myself going to Tech freshman year. Like, I mean, coming out of high school, I didn't.
Right.
Anyways.
So, how was it attending Southern Poly and KSU?
It was different. So Southern Poly is so to start off with, Southern Poly was a commuter school back in the day. Mm-hmm. So they really didn't have people staying like in the dorms on campus. Like it wasn't lively like Kennesaw, if you see Kennesaw now. So it was a major change because all of us were like really close knit. We stayed on our campus. And then when we merged with Kennesaw, we had classes at the Kennesaw campus. And so that's like a 15-minute drive. So it was kind of like a good and bad thing because like we made more friends. Kennesaw had a lot more going for them. Like they were more well-known than we were. But then on the engineering side, like a lot of the professors were upset because they felt like Kennesaw would tarnish our name. Because Southern Poly, they felt like slowly Kennesaw was like taking away the Southern Poly name. And so, in the Marietta area, Southern Poly is known for their engineers. Like, even if I went to multiple job interviews, they're like, yeah, we prefer Southern Poly students over Georgia Tech because we actually did the work. Like, Georgia Tech students were book smart, but we actually knew how to apply it in the field. And so all these engineering companies that I would go to, they would say that. But at the end of the day, they still chose Georgia Tech students because Georgia Tech is more well known. Like, it's his name. It's the name.
I ran into that problem as well.
Yeah.
The name hold weight.
The name does hold weight, but like I think as you get into your career in your company or wherever you go, it doesn't matter no more. Mm-hmm. But when you're starting off as a college graduate, that holds weight.
I was trying to work downtown, man, and I was like, hey, girls like, hey, you think you can get a job with them? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. When I did an interview, I know how to do this, da-da-da-da-da. And they get that call back, like, yeah, we want somebody else. I was like, man.
Did they tell you, like, who it was? And no?
They didn't, but I kind of knew because you sit out, most of the places, like, when you go for interview, some of the people I was sitting out there waiting for my interview.
Yeah, exactly.
You will see him, like, hey, what school you went to? Oh, Clark, I never heard of that. Like, oh, yeah, it's down the street from yours. Oh. Like, oh, yeah.
How you never heard of that?
And that happens at my job all the time. When I first got there, that happened, man. And, man, it just opened your eye to, like, okay, well, you're going to know who I am today.
And it's crazy because all of us, like, are in the same state. Like, all the schools are in the same state. We're all competing for the same jobs. Mm-hmm. But it's like they always go towards the colleges that are more well known, So,
and
but yeah.
I ain't mad at it, man.
Yeah, it's fine.
But, how's it being operations engineer?
So actually, I start tomorrow.
Okay. Look, there we go. So what were you doing before?
So I was doing EH&S. So basically, it's environmental health and safety. So we basically made sure like our people in our site were in order. We deal with a lot of hazardous waste, hazardous chemicals. We made sure like they were disposed of properly. Make sure like our employees aren't coming in contact with heavy metals like dust, any type of particulates, because so my company, we build a lot of like stuff for the military, I'll say.
Right.
And so these things can be like dangerous if like it gets into your body. And then, so what we don't want to happen is like 40 years down the line, employee comes back and say, hey, like I was exposed to arsenic, or asbestos. And it's like, okay, like, we don't want that to happen. So we try to prevent that. So with EH&S, it was more like taking care of our employees. And I kind of enjoyed it, but I didn't feel like I was, how can I say it? Like I was doing enough. I guess I can say that. I'm more like of an analytical, tactical person. And I feel like I have to constantly be going, constantly be moving. And so there are some like down parts with EH&S where it's kind of slow in a sense, because you're constantly doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But with operations, it's basically manufacturing. So I'll be, helping with, so we have F-35s, like our planes, radars, like microchip, like processing chips. So basically I'll be tracking hardware throughout the building and making sure like the customers who's the military get it on time. So I feel like that's more.
That's cool.
Yeah, like it's cooler. Like I didn't feel like I was being cool in EH&S, like not downing it, but I want to do something cool,
Man, that's real. That's amazing. Like that's amazing. Yeah. So, dang, man, you need to hire me.
What's your background in again?
I'm a software developer,
Oh, we are always hiring for that. I would definitely send you a link. We are our career site is like amazing. Like we're always hiring for software because like basically we're trying to prevent the enemy from attacking us. So we always need software people, especially in IT. Yeah.
Look at you knowing what you. Okay, all right. Okay.
And we actually have a site in Atlanta. You've probably seen it. It's like really big. You seen it? Yeah.
Yeah, I've passed it a couple times. I applied probably like my junior year. Some things that I ended up working for AT&T.
You applied there?
Mm-hmm.
Did you apply for the Atlanta site or?
Yeah, it was an Atlanta site.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it was like internship. So
oh yeah.
I got good experience now. It don't matter no more.
Yeah, you'll be good now. But like, so that site works closely with the CDC. the one in Atlanta does. Yeah, they do a lot for the CDC because they're kind of like medical health side in a sense, but I don't know. It's really weird because it's still like Northrop Grumman, but they still help out with CDC, so it's pretty neat.
Makes sense. I like that how they broke up like that. So what are some attributes that you have that help you excel at your job?
That helps me what?
That help you excel at your job.
Oof, that's a big one. I would definitely say communication. I think that is key with any job, honestly.
Anything.
I make sure me and my manager like this. If I'm not liking something or if she not liking something, like we have that, that two-way street, like you can come to me. Or if I have questions, like I know as an intern, I was, when I first had my internship, I was scared to ask questions. And then after a while, I'm like, fuck this. Because how would you ever know how to do anything if you don't ask? And like at my company, they're very open with asking questions and they don't make you feel like you're stupid for asking. I feel like sometimes in college, like I didn't ask certain questions because I felt like I was going to be like, oh, that's a stupid question. But, at my company, there's like no dumb question. Like just ask.
Work a lot different.
Yeah.
You gotta ask some stuff. I've seen some people, and I know I have too. Like, hey man, look, I ain't the best coder in the world. Can we do this right here? Can you teach me?
Exactly.
And when they teach you, it's like, oh, that's all I could have been doing. Okay, cool. Then I understand. I'm gonna keep coming back. Like, hey.
Exactly. As long as they okay with it, and then instead of you spending hours and hours doing something, getting frustrated, you could just easily go ask someone, and they'll show you how to do it.
Yeah.
Man. So simple. I think the other thing for me is knowing when to take a break or to shut down. I feel like sometimes we, especially young, like, younger generation, we're constantly trying to work. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we should also know how to say no and when to like just take a break. Like when we were messaging about, because I've been home since March, working from home since March.
Dang.
And we have 9-hour shifts, and I just have to like take a break, whether that's going to the restroom, walking outside to get some fresh air, getting some water, calling a friend. Like, okay, I don't do that on company hours, but like just taking a break, a mental break, because I just think it's kind of hard to constantly work 9 hours a day, not taking a break. So that's what I learned during COVID, to take a break and to say no. Like if you already got a lot of projects on your plate and you can't do it, don't do it. Like, especially if you have that communication like open with your manager or whoever, just say no and just be like, or can I do it at a later time, or can we just work something out? Because that's just more stress on you. So
like on down the line, look, I do that right there. But for
I can't do it right now, especially if you got like 5-6 projects you're working on, and I mean your home life, you got stuff going on, especially during COVID now. It's too much going on.
It's too much going on that I gotta adapt to everything, and that job can't be that one thing. It just stressed me out.
Exactly. I feel like your job shouldn't be like, it's gonna be stressful, but it shouldn't be so bad to where like you hate it. And I did have those like times where I did hate it. So
we all do. It's okay. Let it all out. We all. It just is what it is, man.
It's life.
Right. It is. You learn how to deal with it, man. So, what are some goals that you want to obtain down the line?
Some goals. Honestly, I've been thinking about this lately. I want to be like a VP in my company. Like, I haven't told nobody yet, but now you hear it. But I want to be a VP at Northrop Grumman. Like, I think, honestly, I'm going to retire from this company in like 40, 50 years. And I want to be a VP in manufacturing. Like, I want to, I don't know, I just want to do it. Like, I've been seeing lately, like, a lot of women who are in these VP positions at my company, and I'm like, wow. And not just, like, white women, but Black women as well. Like, which is crazy. And, like, I've been seeing that a lot lately. So I'm like, oh, my God, like, that could be me. And at first I was like, oh, like, I don't want to do that. I'll just be, like, a regular employee. Like, I just want to, do my job and go home. But I feel like, with me, like how I'm maturing and learning so much more about myself and how I'm growing, like I know I can do that, like how I was telling you, oh, I couldn't go to Georgia Tech, whatever. But now I'm trying to stop like limiting myself from doing that and just, you know, getting out there. Like if someone's like, oh, do you want to do this project? Like I jump on it. Cause I feel like that's the only way where you'll like move up.
Yeah.
And not saying like I just want to, you know, move up just to be like, you know, the biggest and baddest, but I feel like me moving up will help like other people underneath me, like my cousins or my nieces or whatever, so they can see like what I'm doing as well. So I think that's pretty cool. Like I've been noticing that in my company, like Black VP.
I like that, and you're gonna be a Black VP.
I hope so.
You gotta start saying, you know, you gotta say.
I think I need to manifest it.
Mm-hmm.
I need to manifest it.
It's gonna be amazing, man. So basically, my next question already been answered. So what's your it factor? Why you do what you do?
Oh, honestly, I do it for myself. Okay. I think that's key. I do everything for myself. But then I guess I did answer it earlier for like my cousins and my nieces. But I think if you don't do it for yourself, like you're not gonna be as happy, you know. Like now that I'm actually gonna be 25 next month. So I feel like I'm like growing up and just, you know, looking at life so differently from when I was like in college or in high school. And like, I feel like if you're just unhappy, like, why are you still there? Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's job, relationship, like anything.
Why
like,
are you stuck in that? You ain't got to be stuck in that. And actually, I've been going through some COVID kind of brought out a lot of things for me. And I think for a lot of people, I really have been like, you know, if I don't like this, I ain't got to do this no more. Or if I don't like going to this place, or if I don't like my job, I actually ain't got to go. Like, it ain't no, you know, I can find another, you know,
exactly.
You know, or if I don't like this person, I ain't got to be with them. So a lot of those self-evaluations have been happening during this time, kind of before. Because I think it is also approaching the age of 25 too, I feel like. Because I'm 25 now, and I be thinking a lot about stuff differently than I was when I was 20. I'm just being honest. Like, it's a big change.
It's a big difference. Yeah, it's a big difference. Even between like 24 to 25, like I think it's a big difference.
Yeah, man. So that's amazing, man. You're the first person to say you're gonna be a VP though. So when we post this, I'm gonna be like, right here, she a VP, next VP. And then when it happens, bring it back on. It's gonna be amazing.
We're gonna claim it. We're gonna claim it. VP manufacturing. That's what we're gonna claim.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hit you up from now on. Be like, look, VP, look, every few months, VP. Hey, what's up? What we doing?
So like, I think that'll be really cool. Like, you know how I was saying with school, Peach County really didn't prepare us, but like, I feel like I could do something. Like, I know I can do something now, but I think it'll be even cooler. Like once I get to the level, like bring a STEM program, some type of program.
You say it again. Help them. That will stay. So it won't change because, you know, we had STEM program. It ain't there no more, of course.
Yeah.
Play STEM program.
That was play. I think
once you go to the school,
we were guinea pigs. Wasn't it like STEM, arts and humanities and...
I don't even know, man. And to bring it up, it makes me think now, like, wow, this really is not STEM. This really changed. You know, we visit schools.
I don't know what that was. I think it was just like, we were guinea pigs, so they were testing something out.
They tried,
but I feel like they could have did better.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, that's up to us now to help them out. I feel like because it got to be some change down there. Got to be. So, what changes are needed to be? I mean, what changes are needed in the world? So that in the engineering world, in the general world, for Black women to be able to succeed in the tech field.
Oh my gosh, I feel like what changes? I don't know. I feel like, you know, the people in our company, you know, like the white men and the white females or whatever, I feel like they should help us out too, like speak up if they see anything or be like, oh, you know what, Jiquetta would be the great person for that. I feel like if we had, you know, some backup, that would also help us out as well.
Make us want to stay too.
Yeah, you know, us having our own voice. I think sometimes, I'm going to be honest, sometimes I'm scared to speak up because I don't want to be portrayed as
that person,
that loud Black girl, and I'm already loud anyways.
We all are.
It's just because I'm country, and like I don't want to be like that loud Black country girl, and like I can't help it, but that's just how I am. Like I know how to turn it on and off, but sometimes I feel like
the fact that we got to do that though.
Yeah, like, why do I have to do that? I feel like I should just be me at work, you know? Like, of course I'm not going to say nothing.
I ain't going to let everything out, but, you know, I feel what you say, and I mean to cut you off, but I kind of know. Because it's like being in corporate America, it's like, why do I have to be Jeremy Robinson here? Can't I just be Jeremy or Jay here? Like, why can't I just be there?
Jay Robinson.
And why can't I just be like, you know, hey, look, it's Friday, dog. I ain't doing much. We cool. We chilling.
Right.
It ain't a high stress day today. Now on Monday, we gonna grind it out. Tuesday, we gonna grind it out. We gonna keep it going. But why can't I just be me? And when certain situations come up, y'all look at me like, I don't wonder what he can say.
Yeah, or like they expecting you to be angry or mad, and I'm just like, like it just grinds my gears. Like especially when I'm upset about a project and I have to like calm myself down, which we all should. But like, if I even show any tiny bit of fact that I'm upset, it's like, oh, she's angry. Like she's, you know, this or that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I just can't take it. Right. And so it's a good thing though. Like my company, they're doing a lot better. I mean, I haven't personally experienced anything like that, but it's just something that's ingrained in me. I don't know if it's like something from childhood or college days or whatever it is, but I just feel like I can't speak out sometimes. It's just like, oh, Jiquetta, just shut up. Like, just shut up.
Yeah, nah, I think my mom and them, I think they really told me that, like, be honest with you. Cause
they told you what?
Things, like, it's certain things you don't say at work or you don't do at work.
That's true.
I was taught at home, and then I was taught that at school, too, because I had certain professors that, hey, I work in the industry. Don't do this. You can't do this. You black. You got to prove this. And you be like, what? Then when I got there, it was a white guy, believe it or not, that told me, like, we sat down, and he was like, Jeremy, I'm going to be honest with you, man. You ain't got to be the best at this. I don't know any of this stuff sometimes. But
yes!
But this is what you got to do. Just do your best. You're going to be fine.
They say that all the time.
Good. That sounds good, but I don't believe it. I still don't believe it. It's like, no, I got to put some effort to it and get some projects under my belt so I can prove myself. You know,
right. But no, honestly, they don't be knowing either. Like, I've learned that. Like, they don't be knowing. They have to go and ask people. So I'm like, okay, well, why I got to always know? Because they don't know. Mm-hmm. So I've had many people tell me that throughout my, I guess, 2 years at Northrop now, considering my internship. They're like, you're not going to know everything. Hell, I don't know everything. It's okay. Like, it is okay. And I'm like, all right, cool. They're like, just try, you know, ask questions. Like, push your, you know, your foot out there. Just do it. Just do something. Don't just be like, okay, well, I don't know. I'm not going to do nothing. Then that's different.
That's different. You know, you can take a week off. You can't take the whole 2 weeks off.
I can't even take no weeks off.
No, I'll be taking a few days off in my mind. It'd be like a few days, but it's not like an off day. It's like I do stuff, but it's like, you know, I need to reach out to someone. So that's kind of what I'm getting better at that right now.
That's good. That is good. I'm getting better. I mean, we're young. We just graduated. We're still learning.
I'm not worried. It's the least of my worries.
Yeah, it's the least.
Right. So, do you have any questions for me?
I want to ask some questions now. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years? God dang, Jiquetta.
That's not even hard. You already got the answer.
I actually see myself married, you know, cool. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
May have a kid. I don't know. I might not be in corporate America, though. I'm actually going to be a college professor by then. So
you want to be a college professor?
Yeah, I'm working to do that.
Oh, my God. That's amazing.
And I might just be pulling up on people like you, you know, still doing stuff, you know. I actually plan to, you know, be just more involved in being able to, like, volunteer and things of that nature. Because me being in a fraternity, actually COVID kind of stopped me from being able to do stuff that I was doing.
Yeah.
So now the only thing I can do is try to get in touch with these schools and give scholarships. So that's one of my biggest things. I'm an author, so I have the first book come out. So I'm actually working on a comic book now. So hopefully that series will be knocking some money in my pocket by 5 years from now. And also just, you know, just helping people like us, man, just grow and find out what they want to do.
See, that wasn't a hard question. You had everything. Like, that was perfect. I didn't know you wanted to be a college professor.
Oh, yeah, that's my thing, man. My professor actually put that on me when I was in school. He was like, Jeremy, you're not going to work for a company for long. you're gonna do your own thing. I think you should be a college professor. Because I was a TA for a long time, and I actually learned that class back when it's Forest. It's like it was some intro like engineering project class or something.
Wow. You have the personality for it, because you know these other professors, they be so mean. They don't want to talk to you. Like you have the personality.
I'm gonna give you a grade. Just do your work.
See, nobody needs you.
We're gonna get you a job. You good. That's my plan right there. We're gonna help you find out about real stuff in life. You know,
real stuff, not this fake stuff and all this hard, unnecessary stuff.
So you should have you a house by 25, brothers. Let's keep it going. Come on.
I want a house by 25, but maybe next year.
I just actually bought a home.
So. Congratulations! Is it in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Hateville, Georgia, so I ain't that far from it.
Hateville?
Mm-hmm.
That is a good area too. Oh my gosh, congrats.
Yeah, pull up on me, bro. You know?
Hopefully, I don't know when next time I'll be in Georgia because of COVID. Like,
COVID just, you know what? I'll see you in 2021.
Yeah, 2021. I think it's gonna be 2021. Hopefully, I don't know.
Yeah, let me say one last thing. So, if it was anything that you had to change in your lifespan from now, what would it be?
My entire lifespan, like
anything, be anything.
Honestly, college. I think so. In college, I only had one internship, and that was with Northrop Grumman. I feel like I should have been more out there, been more active with looking at internships, making connections, getting to know more people throughout my college experience. Mm-hmm. I don't think I did enough in college. And some days I look back on that, I'm like, dang, I really regret that. You know, like I see a lot of people who had internships at Lockheed Martin, but also had Google, Facebook, Netflix. Like they had multiple internships. And I'm like, wow, like, you know, just to get that exposure is pretty cool because I've only had one internship and that internship was with my company, which I'm grateful for. Right. But I think it's awesome to get so much exposure. Like even in middle school, like, well, I guess CEDUP helped me in high school too, but like college, high school, middle school, getting exposure is definitely key. And I wish I got more exposure in college. So.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we're going to end the show here. I want you to stay for a little while.
Okay.
In the show here, basically, I was like, all right, so this is the end of It Factor. Another great episode, long and great episode. Please subscribe, like, and thank you, Jiquetta, so much for this episode.
Thank you, Jeremy. This was fun. Thank you.